mean, the trap ain't it's a trap, bro. Like real people who actually been in that trap and did in the street, you there for a purpose to get out. You really not in the trap because it's something that you feel like you love this life and it's what you want to live and die doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel you in a situation where you like trapped against the wall, you don't got no other way. You may have never had no other choices. It's simple. You feel like it's simple. I can go make a couple plays and I can go move. Like you just trying to get out. But to like answer, you know, if one of my sons felt like that was the way that they should be, and knowing that they're not brought up in that type of environment is a great question, man. I guess I would have to try to let them know that it is a trap. Show them what's real.
We're trying to make relationships better. We're trying to make men better. And today, my guest is Amir.
Hey,
How's your mic,
hey,
man? You good?
hey, oh, I think we doing good. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Today my guest is Amir. What's going on, Amir?
What's happening, my boy?
We chilling, man.
Man, my brother for real.
That's what's happening.
Hey man, in my phone it say Nasheed, my brother.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I brought you here today because I really admire you as a father, as a husband, as a father, your family. You know what I'm saying? Your family life. Beautiful children. And you're like committed. You're a committed dad. You're
Yes, sir.
there.
Yes, sir. Someday.
No. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
Yeah. Most days.
Most days.
Always on Friday.
That's good, man. I mean, yeah, what's that? 90%, 95?
Something like that.
Yeah, 95% of the time. That's good.
That's good. Hey, better. Hey. That's what we had.
Yeah, and see, that's what I want to get into.
Okay.
That's what I want to get into.
Let's talk about
coming from a place where we didn't grow up, where you didn't grow up with a father. You know what I'm saying?
A different kind of mama.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
it's we're raising our children differently from what we had when we coming up, man.
100%, 100%, and I think that's what motivates me the most when it comes to like, cause I mean, like relationships with, cause of course my mother, I mean the mother of that's my wife. So they shouldn't be as difficult and challenging once two people just get a good understanding. But sometimes you have your days and your moments that you just like, man, forget this junk.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? However, like what motivates me, keeps me strong is being able to have a structure for these children who didn't ask to come and deserve to have something better than I did. You know what I'm saying? And people always say, well, you shouldn't stay in relationships because of the children, but I think that's stupid. You have children and they benefit and they help solidify your relationship. Without my children, I've probably been gone. And our relationship when it got better, because now by we having children, it gives me opportunities. I have to speak with her. We have to come together. We have to talk. We have to spend time. I gotta see you.
Right.
So therefore, it's another element that gives opportunity for your relationship to grow.
To get better, right?
To get better every day. You know what I'm saying? So because of the children, that solidifies our relationship strong. Gives opportunity for our relationship to be stronger because we have to find ways to work together regardless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. So
that's what's up. I ain't never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
Because a few years in, we got kids with each other. And yeah, it does. It helps us work with each other.
Absolutely. You got, especially as, like for me now, I have, older children that are very involved in community life and just other extracurricular activities, other things of that nature. So by them being involved, you need teamwork. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
It take both of us communicating, talking to one another to make sure that they're successful. Within that time of me communicating with her, she's still vulnerable and open up a piece of whoever she is. Because she had the way she thinking and how she go about things, it still opening her up to who she is as a person, to where it's same for me. Because if we talking about things dealing with our children that we had together, it's still opening us up to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm seeing the way she think, where she going at. So now she's seeing the way I think, where we going at, and now I know how to actually be better for her in certain areas. Just how she thinking about something she said about my children. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's all about how you put it in perspective and think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, don't get it twisted. I ain't just there because of my kids. You know what I'm saying? I love my wife. She's wonderful. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that the kids, the children, open another avenue. And absolutely, you're there for them. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So we got the kids, we got the children.
Correct.
And your children have two families, have two parents. Excuse me, have two parents.
Right.
Some psychologists say that a person can't be a great parent if they didn't see them being, if they didn't see a parent as they growing up. How you deal with that? Like, how do you not only be a parent, but try to be a parent without having something to look at? Or I remember my dad did this, so I want to try to do this with my children. Or my dad did this and I ain't like that, so I don't want to do that. Is it just like trial and error, or?
I definitely had to say it's a lot of trial and error. But however, as far as like, a psychologist saying you can't be a great parent without the example, I'm saying what is a great parent? That's relative. So if I can't be a great parent without an example, that means I can't be a man.
That's basically what they say.
No.
I read that too. You can't be a great father.
Yeah. So you telling me that I can't achieve higher heights or achieve a status because I didn't have an example?
Because I think it comes with a fatherly love or a motherly love that a child that you're supposed to get when you're a child.
But having void also creates emotion, also creates passion, also creates opportunity to know how something feels when you lack thereof. If I'm hungry, if I go hungry, I know what it's like to go hungry. So now when I get food, I know how to deal with it and how to stretch it and keep it because I know how to like when I don't have it.
Word.
You deal what I'm saying? So it's like I mean, as far as for me, how it comes to my fathering, I just usually a lot of it I can take from the absence of not having. So therefore, by me having not one as I grew up, I'm present. So it's what's important for me is to be present. Whether or not if I'm always actively present, intentionally present, meaning like if I'm in the house, always interacting, doing something all the time, versus I'm accessible. I'm where my children can reach me at all times. 97% of the time, any name of them call me, I'm gonna be available. They need to talk to me about something. I'm accessible. And I do try to be intentional more days than no days. But at the end of the day, I do have a hella fine, excellent wife who does love being a mother and does her job. You know what I'm saying? As far as like being there and holding it down. And I also do my part. I have my role and I deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, got a couple of sons. The relationship with my sons is a little shifty than it is with my daughters. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Actually, each child is different.
The relationship.
I have to be a different father for each child, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because they each require something different and all have different interests and different likes and have different needs. You have something that's homogenous across the board. For the most part, like I got to do with these children on individual because they people. Yes. They are little people. They are from my loins, but they still belong to a lot of different people. Yes. With their own personalities, their own character. So I gotta learn how to deal with them like I deal with people in the street every single day. So you telling me if a psychologist said I have a good example how to deal with people in relationships out in the world, then how are we gonna learn? Trial and error. Right, trial and error. You deal with, you learn. You know what I mean? You gotta be. One thing about it, you gotta stay true to who you are. I ain't changing who I am. I'm true to myself. So by me being true to myself, that's how I know how to deal with. I know what I like to deal with. I know what's a deal breaker. I know what I can deal. I know what I can deal with. I know what I can't deal with. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's cool, man. Like love being. One thing about it, as a man, we make some choices that maybe not be so good. at the end of the day, you had to be principled and stand for certain things. For me, my word is everything. I try, like it takes me a while. It took me a while to get mature to really understand what that means. Because in the street, it means something different. You in the street, your word is bond, it's something different. But when you say, okay, I'm gonna be this lady's husband. I'm taking this woman, trust me, to be her husband from her father, from her family. What is it that she absolutely needs that I have to be there for? That I'm giving my word and I'm gonna stand on that she can respect that and understand it and be consistent, knowingly I'm gonna be consistent in this because I said I gave my word, so I'm standing on that. You see what I'm saying? So if my word to be consistent to make sure that I'm providing this, whether it's emotional, whether it's financial, whatever it is, I got to stand on it. As a matter, I just one of my principal things is I always want to be able to. I do never want to break my word when it comes to my children, when it comes to myself, when it comes to the obviously there are things that happen in the world that out of my control.
No control, right, right, right.
But when it's in my control, I just want to keep my word to bond. Straight up, it's everything. You know what I'm saying? So if I feel like that, if I'm telling this woman that I'm her husband, I'm my wife, and these are the things that she needs, I need to do that because I said I'm gonna do
I mean,
it.
that's you say it's different, but I don't know. I think it's the same. You say it's different in the streets.
I'm saying different in the streets, whereas like, okay, your word is everything, your face card, everything that you represent is everything.
Right.
Which is the same thing in your relationship, right? Same thing in your relationship.
Yeah.
You got to stand up what you're saying. I guess I was saying different in the sense that you ain't dealing with the type of danger. Right. You're not dealing with the different elements of the street. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I guess you can look at your family structure and be like, losing is the same kind of danger.
She will cut you. She will cut you if you don't keep your word.
Yeah. You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
It's crazy though because we put a lot of trust in our family and we put a lot of trust in our family.
Correct. Correct.
And to hurt them, is dangerous in my sense because they have access to you. But because there's love there, I suppose, they don't. That thought never come to mind. You just hurt them and they go on. I don't know. The point I'm making is she will cut you or poison your food. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. But then
she could.
And then at the same time, try to bring me back to life. She gonna cut me and then go get the bandages.
Wow.
Right. She gonna cut me and then she gonna go get the bandages.
So,
and the peroxide and the alcohol.
She gonna take bandages. Take care of you.
Put me back and then tell you I better not say nothing.
The phone call?
Yeah, or 12. But
you better
just
not,
say shout.
You fell down.
But hey, my wife, she'll do that. And then she'll go make a whole mixtape. You know what I'm saying? She'll go drop a whole album about my
brother. I will listen to that. Hey, she got bars.
Bro, especially when she mad and pissed off. I'm talking about she'll be the Muslim Mary J. I'm telling you. She the Muslim Mary J, bro. It's going down.
For real.
Man, so for me, I'm just trying to keep myself out of her raps.
Right.
So, if I'm out her raps, I'm good. Unless I'm in a positive way. You know what I'm saying?
So you got sons?
I do. 2 of them. Wish I had 3, 4 more of them.
I mean, that's still possible. You know what I'm
saying? She 40 now.
What will you say when your sons? We hope it don't happen, but what will you say to your sons who wants the thug life? Like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's alluring.
It definitely is.
It's alluring once, you know what I'm saying? Especially, it depends on where you are. But for me, it was very alluring to me. Like, it was pulling me towards it. And I found myself there for a minute. You know what I mean? How do you, even though you're raising your kids to have something totally that you didn't have, that you know what I'm saying? Totally that you didn't have, how do you pull them away from the alluring life of, the thug life?
I mean, that's a great question, man, because actually, like, I hear you say that it's alluring. I think it's alluring. I guess it is alluring for the type of children that I have because they technically suburban kids and not connected to the trap. But like, I mean, the trap ain't it's a trap, bro. Like real people who actually been in that trap and did industry, you there for a purpose to get out. You really not in the trap because it's something that you feel like you love this life and it's what you want to live and die doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like you feel you in a situation where you like trapped against the wall, you don't got no other way. You may have never had no other choices. It's simple. You feel like it's simple. I can go make a couple plays and I can go move. Like you just trying to get out. But to like answer, you know, if one of my sons felt like that was the way that they should be, and knowing that they're not brought up in that type of environment is a great question, man. I guess I would have to try to let them know that it is a trap. Show them what's real. You know, what's coming to my mind right now. What is that movie? What is that movie with a white Malibu? The white boy who tried to come to the hood, suburban.
Oh, okay, yeah. I ain't seen that, but I know what you're talking about.
Malibu's Most Wanted.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the movie's.
Oh
Yeah.
Because the rappers and stuff make it seem like it was the life or whatever.
Right, and had these cat be lying, man. You gotta check these cats' resumes, man. They not really living or being having to like the difference of the ones who really out there and who really trying to get away and who really know that this ain't what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like you really can't like the trap, man. It's called a trap because that's what it is. It's not set for you to succeed in any kind of way. And even those who you think that you felt like they succeeded, they got scars and they barely made it.
The thing is, they make it look good. Like you don't see that part. You don't see when they're getting the scars. You know what I'm saying? You hear about it,
Yeah.
but they make it seem so they make it seem alluring that damn, I want to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I will ask you this. What's the difference of if you take let's see, who if you take I don't really know. I'm not really that connected. Like who would be like a big dope boy, a trap star equivalent in today's life?
mhm,
Who makes it alluring? But if you take, what I'm saying, a big meat to somebody
mhm,
who made it look easy, you don't see the scars.
mhm.
If he wasn't locked up, you know what I'm saying? What's the difference between him making his life look alluring than a LeBron James that you want to do that?
Word.
You don't see the scars of LeBron
Word.
James.
And I mean, I think you said it though. You know, most dudes do that because of the situation. I'm trying to make this play and get
Right.
out of here.
Right. So for me, I think that what I'm doing right now by keeping them a bit structured, sheltered, and on a trajectory of what their talents are now, putting them in opportunity and putting them in spaces of what they like to do right now. Like far as my son, my oldest son is a straight up nerd. So he likes techie different things.
Mhm,
And so him by being in these programs and these tech and just these different things, it's keeping him busy and keeping him away from those type of
mhm, mhm,
environment. You
mhm.
know what I'm saying? Like the kind of school that he's gonna go to and stuff like that
Right.
should shelter him away.
Right.
However, you know you can do all that you can, and people still gonna make choices.
Hey, listen.
You know what I'm saying?
I found so I didn't meet my dad until I was like I knew who he was. I knew always knew who he was.
Right,
But I really didn't get him in my like presence until I was like 18, 19 years old.
right.
Like, that's when he really started being a part of my life. I am just like that dude. I ain't never met him, dog.
That's crazy, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
That's crazy, bro.
Genetics is like,
Major.
it's really something.
It's really
Genetics
something,
is really
man.
something, man.
Cause
So when
I
you
can
do
I can attest to that. Like I'm just like my dad, and I didn't really get with him till I was 28 years old, bro.
that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
The life that my dad did, like he went, he did the drug. He was like really in it. He was really a big dope boy.
Yeah, mine too. My dad was a vice lawyer.
Wow.
Yeah, and he still claims to this day. My dad, see my dad today, he gonna be like, "What's up, Lord?" He might give you the salon first, and then it's gonna be, "What's up, Lord?"
Hey, what I'm saying is, I found myself falling into that same trap, and now, maybe not. Yeah, I still, and I see the same thing in my sons. I try my best to keep them away from that, but it's certain things they just find themselves gravitating to.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I can dig that. I can dig that, man. I think that What's kind of interesting in the dynamic for me is, which I think is pretty dope. What as I try to process, like my father, right? I didn't have him a part of my life throughout my adolescence, and uh, I was 27. I think I was 27 years old, and he was getting ready to come home. He was being released. I think he had did was 7 or 8 or something like that, and at the time I only had one child, and I was like, I had the one child, and I was just like, man. I mean, I had one child, she was like 1 or 2 years old, and I'm just like, man, I know my father wasn't. I know he just didn't abandon us. You know what I'm saying? But if he had that, and if he had it like where I just couldn't take this no more, to me, I just accepted it. I wasn't mad at it no more. So I kind of released that anger of being there because as I was being a father and understanding, and in the dynamic of also being unmarried, which my father was when he married. I mean, when he fathered me and my little brother, my mom, they was fresh out of high school. They never been married. So I was in the same boat. I had a baby mama, and the dynamic of trying to, you know, navigate a relationship with a child's mom that you really ain't with, not married, and then, you know, understanding who my mom is and realizing who she really is and how challenging it could have had been for my father. Like it's not like I'm just letting him off the hook for not being there and living that street life because he also made choices. He was young, whatever. It just I got to a point where I just let it go, and I wanted to reconnect, and I wanted to have an opportunity just so that my child can know her grandfather and see a difference, and just have the relationship there. So what I did was I told his, he's getting ready to get released. I told him, I said, you know what? Forget him going to a halfway house. Forget him going through all this changing. I want him to come stay with me. Now, I don't know the man. I mean, I know it's my father.
Right, right, but you don't know him.
I don't know this man from Adam.
Yeah.
And he fresh out the jail. So that was a year later is when he got out. So I was 27. I was going through these changes because my daughter was born. I was 26, 27 because my daughter was born, whatever. I was seeing things change. Fast forward a year later, I got married real quick. You know what I'm saying? And didn't know that I forgot in the mix of me getting married and this new relationship and having a new child right away. Because my wife got pregnant like right away. So 2011, February is when January, February 1st, 2nd is when my father comes home. My newborn son with my wife, who I only been married to for 6 months. No, 9 months. I've been married to her for 9 months, and my newborn son was just born. January 30th, 2011. My father came home February 1st, 2011. So now I'm dealing with this new family.
New family. No, a father that you don't know.
Father that I don't know.
Right.
Coming in the home with this wife.
Right.
Brand new born. Her first time, she's married. She got her first child. I got my older daughter. And man, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But it was rough for the first 3-4 years. But after that, now me and my father, we thick like, we tight like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
We tight like that movie. Like our relationship is developed and have grown. We sacrificed, we gave things away, and we got to learn each other. Bringing it full circle, I'm saying all this to say, when you talk about the street life and the alluring thing, what's alluring to them? My father, he's 59, but he looked like he's 39. He looked better than me, and he's still like young and hip and still halfway, halfway in the street. So my sons see that. So you can see you can see how it juxtaposed against how I am and how I deal with them and how they spend time with their grandfather. And so they see that. And so my son right now, who's 11, he don't really like he don't really rock how his grandfather get down. Hey, he see that now. So for me, like the alluring and all that, like they see it up close. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So they have an opportunity to make a decision. Like my son ain't clamoring to call me, say what my grandfather, calling the grandfather be hanging all the time. You know what I'm saying?
And at the same time, granddad, if he happened to go down that route, granddad won't let him. I don't think so.
Absolutely not. My father would be on him. My father would be on him worse than me.
Right. I believe that.
Yeah, my father be on, like, my father has became a man, mature, and a father in a different light. But I'm 39 years old, and by his 59. So he became to have a relationship with us because I had to go get that cool with my dad. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he like my father knew in his mind that he hadn't been there with us. He didn't raise us. He knew he was gone. So in his mind, he was like, if my sons come holler at me, if they welcome me back, I'm a come back. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like he was knocking down and trying to figure out what it is, because he knew we had to be the ones to let go, forgive, initiate, because he knew he was one that was on the end and not being there. Whether and then my father and I took a trip to LA, a road trip actually. We flew to LA and drove back. And in that time, we had an opportunity to really open up and just really understand where he was at, where his perspective was different from what my mama said, and why he was where he was. And for me, man, that was just enough. You know what I'm saying? Like, as me being a father, seeing what I'm doing and how I'm doing every day, and I see that he rocking with, like, I just let it go. Cause life is short. He's here now. He's made the effort, and now whatever I need my father, if it's in his capacity, he gonna be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think that's really important.
Yeah.
That's really important because I think a lot of us, go through that.
Yeah.
Holding these grudges against our fathers for so long when you really don't. Maybe you do, but you don't really fully understand the situation.
You never understand. You can never really understand what them folk were going through.
Right.
With your mama, with your daddy,
Right.
what situation in, until you can see yourself in some situations. And you can be like, okay, well, maybe, man, you going through this. But just because I was built in the manner, in a way to where I just held it down and still it didn't make decision to split. It's not like I didn't feel like I didn't want to. It been many times I felt like I'm out this.
Bruh. Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it ain't just me.
No, it ain't just you. Yeah, it's just you.
When my kids was younger, man, I promise you, I saw, like, I could understand why dudes walk away.
100%. I understand why they do it, because we just ain't built that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so, but just because I made the choice to say, you know what, I'm not gonna walk, don't mean it make me better than what he is. And I can't hold nothing over him. Because at the end of the day, Sean, like, we all belong to Allah. We just borrow to each other. You have responsibility and stewardship that the law give you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do with it? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not perfect, man. I've made some horrible choices, and I have done some horrible things. So therefore, how am I gonna hold this man to the fire like that? So why? And it's not healthy for him. It's not healthy for me. Why keep the stress on his heart every day? Wondering like, damn, I ain't fucking with my son. They ain't fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? And have his health be deteriorated. And why should I have that hell on my heart? Be deteriorating, stressed out, worried about, you know what I'm saying, why I'm not rocking with my dad, when simply I could just forgive and let go and let's keep going forward and rock out. You dig what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's what I decided to do. And so therefore it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And what I like is the full circle. You know what I'm saying? You're dealing with 3 different generations there.
Absolutely.
You're dealing with 3 different generations. I like that. I really like that. So right now I got grandkids too.
Correct.
So yeah, I wouldn't. I know the life that I could have went down. I knew the path that I could have went down. I was like really involved in the streets early on in my life. Teenager.
Right.
Like I did a lot of stuff when I was a teenager. We don't get into that.
Hey man, hello. No, you can't. We don't gotta get into that. Hey, cause if you need to get into a little bit of it, you know what I mean? So I can be able to ascertain what you are today. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just remember myself being in a lot of. Now I look at it, I was in some dangerous situations.
100%, bro. Like when I look at some things and I just be like, bruh, like how am I here today?
Right. Word.
Real talk. Like I could be. It was so many times where I could really literally be 6 feet up under the ground or 6 feet up under that jail. It was so many chances that we had taken. You know what I'm saying? Man. And I just sit back and just be like, wow.
So the song I've been rocking with today, I don't know. I knew you was coming over.
Yeah.
song I was rocking with today is Thugs Don't Live That Long. Thugs really don't live. I mean, that's that fault, dog. I
Oh
mean, you
yeah,
know
oh
what I
yeah,
mean?
oh yeah, oh
But
yeah.
you know, alhamdulillah that we was able to change our direction. Allah helped us change our direction.
Absolutely, man.
And
Absolutely.
now we're on a path where, alhamdulillah, you know, hopefully we can stay on it and be somewhere in a minute. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. Hopefully, inshallah.
So when it gets into the relationships, how important is love?
Oh man. Hey, you done went profound on me right now, dog. That's how man. How important is love? Man, I guess man, how important is love, man? Man, I mean, I guess man, it's just so many dynamics going on in my head right now. We say how important is love because it's the foundation, the basis for everything that you do, right? You know what I mean, like if if I didn't have the love in my relationship with my wife or with my children, like how much success could it really be? You know what I mean? How much care, how much, you know, how much would I deal with? Well, how much in the world would I go deal with if I didn't really love? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, how important is love, bro? It's everything, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the motivation, it's just the driving factor every day. You know what I mean? The fact that I have to, stand on what I have to stand on my word. That love is driving me standing on my word. You know what I'm saying? Like because I know that my wife love my dirty bad water. Why? She choose to? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? She love my black hair. You know what I'm saying? Why? I don't know. I'm not gonna act like you know what I'm saying? I'm just a regular guy like the rest of you guys. Been through some things, did some things, you know what I'm saying? But alhamdulillah, she love me. And so therefore you don't want to let that down. You don't want to, I don't want to, she put that love in me and it's important. You know what I mean? It's important because like I said, it's the driving factor for everything. It's the reason why. Because if you don't love, because if you don't have no love, but you ain't what you. I mean, what you gonna do? You ain't gonna care about it. You ain't gonna do nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't give you that oomph every day to go do what you gotta do.
I guess I asked that because, okay, so what's the difference between a man and a thug? And I asked that.
Oh.
I asked that because, especially amongst, us black folks, our women love thugs. And I think they only love thugs because a thug will ride for them, gonna protect them. You know what I'm saying? Gonna not be soft with them. That they look at it as like a man would be.
Mm. I mean,
See, a thug, I feel doesn't love.
don't think they love.
I don't think they love. The definition of what a thug is.
I don't know about that.
Okay,
I mean, why you say that though?
because as I know when I was out there, it's like I can't have no connections with, you know what I'm saying? I can't have no connections with nothing. Like I remember just really cutting off everything and not feeling. There was no feeling in me because I knew what I had to do.
Mm.
And connections and feelings would slow me down. I was still young too, though. You know what I'm saying? Maybe
True.
that's what it was. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So I think our women connect being a man with being a thug. I mean, I remember the song that Beyonce made, Destiny's Child, I Want a Thug or something like that.
Oh, with T.I. and Lil Wayne on it.
Right. That song was like really popular because I mean, and it made women want that thuggish type dude.
Well, I think that society, in American society in particular, shapes our brains and our mind through the
Absolutely.
propaganda of what you think that what you're supposed to have and what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Society based, societal based. However, like it's they said in the record, it's the edge, like you said, it's the pop off. I'm hard, I'm tough. You know what I'm saying? But Don't get it twisted. I'm a full 100% man. I'm 400% don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? Play with your girl, don't play with me. And my wife know that. My kid know that. You know what I'm saying? And my wife know I'm a protector. I'm standing up.
Right.
Cause but I guess she know it's the thug in me. And now I'm thinking about like it's the thug in me, baby. You know what I'm saying?
And that's what I'm saying.
But I mean, every man in America, you a black man in America, because of the imbalance, because we start from behind in so many different ways, the imbalance and how everything is stacked against you. There is a natural edge that we possess. Then on top of the fact, if you do have some urban in you, some city life, some running the streets a little bit, it'll shape you up and make you a little tougher. Just cause that's just what society is in America. You know what I'm saying? And so the way that the powers at be control our minds through our music, through everything to make you feel that's what you want. But once you get to a level of maturity and you get to a place of understanding what's really best for your life, that you don't really want to be paranoid at night wearing some books coming through there. You know what I'm saying? But it's
That's a whole other lifestyle.
It's a whole nother lifestyle. And I mean, it's women too that's about that life. It's some Cleos out there now. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't the only one. You know what I'm saying?
No. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's some out there who can be with it. And when you choose, it's all about choices, man. You know what I'm saying? It's all about it's all about choices and consequences, man. Seeing opportunity and making the choices. You know what I mean? If you really like, if that's something that's in you, then do it. You know what I mean? And if it come back to either one of my sons or my daughters who feel like, you know, this is the path that I choose to go, I mean, would you hey, mashallah, Allah is would judge you.
Right.
Because I feel like I was the steward that you asked me to be.
All you can do, right.
All I can do. And so all I can do so for me it's whatever the cut of Allah, the cut of Allah. And so my mind is basically on that. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to do the best that I could do when it comes to, what Allah asked me to do and provide what I have to provide for these children that He asked me to do. And everything else is on Him. Right. And whatever they choose to do, I pray every day that Allah protect them and keep them Muslim, keep them steadfast, and keep me. A lot of time, we don't take and put ourselves in situations to uplift ourselves. We're not asking Allah for us to be steward, to be strong, uplift me, keep me sane, keep me Muslim. A lot of times it's always make it do out for our children, make it do out for our wives, and make it do out for my mama. But when do you actually be like, Allah, you know what? If you keep me sane and steadfast and an example, man, maybe that'll work for them too. You know what I'm saying? Word. So a lot of times I want to do that, but my thing is, it's just they belong to Allah. They don't belong to me. And I know that's hard. People say, how can you just be so hard like that? You know what I'm saying? It's not that I'm being hard. It's actually that I'm just having faith in who I believe, who I chose to believe, who my Ilah, who my Lord, who my religion is. So you trust in the law, I'm gonna do that. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. Does that disconnect you in any kind of way though?
That's a good question. I think that it did. It did disconnect me a little bit when it came down to uh it did kind of disconnect me a little bit in the sense that I've always wanted to. So when my bro got killed 2014, um it was very hard. I took it very hard. And so where it disconnected me is that I wanted people to understand. I wanted people that was in my circle that loved me to understand, to have a certain love for me, not too much, so it won't hurt as bad if something happened to me. So you won't struggle as bad if something happened to me.
Like you did.
Like I did. So I try to isolate, I ostracize and kept everybody, compartmentalized in different places. And I let them get too close and I try to have disconnect and I try to understand like whatever's gonna be, it's gonna be. It might sound kind of contradictory, but I try to be like, okay, because something happened to me, you would be able to still live, and it had a hardship that I had with it.
It's just that you can't control how people love
You can't control. I was getting. I was. I was going to come back with that. But at the end of the day, I cannot control nothing, no other person, and why they receive things. Even when I'm talking to my wife, if I say something and she take it a certain way or she feel a certain way when she expressing herself and feeling the way and going in, hey, hey, what you want me to say? How you feel, homie? You know what I mean? I can't change how you feel. You know, I'm not gonna argue. Say what you gotta feel. You know what I'm saying? Say or tell you you shouldn't feel a certain way. If you feel the way you feel,
that way. Right,
so let's ride this way to figure out how we change that if we need to. If you want to, you know what I'm saying? But you can't control it. You know what I'm saying? So for a certain extent, it did make me feel like I didn't want to have them loving me, or I didn't want to extend so much energy of love to other people. I didn't want to feel that hurt again. But then at the end of the day, it's like that's not what we're here for.
Right. The connection is
what keeps you going.
I think you started off with that.
Yeah,
that love. That's what keeps you going.
It keeps you going, man.
I know what you're saying though. I know what you're saying. Like we need a filter. We can't because nothing belongs to us. Allah says that everything is here belongs to Him.
Correct.
Even us.
Correct.
So we need a filter, and that filter is Allah. Like you love Allah first.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And everything that we love through our Creator.
100%.
Understanding that none of this stuff it belongs to us, and everything must perish.
100%. And so you really have to have daily affirmation that that's what that is, bro. Like you really have to get to a place in life to know that I'm loving everything to Allah, everything would perish, everything would die. Let me just enjoy the Allah gave me, appreciate it, love it, respect it. So therefore Allah can bless me and love me more because this is His. And I've been a steward of it. But you have to get there.
Yeah.
Every day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It sounds cliche as hell, but shit, life is cliche. Yeah. Shit, I get married every day.
Really? What you mean?
Every day I wake up, I gotta know that that's my wife. I gotta know that I gotta marry that I'm married every day. I gotta make sure that I'm doing things and being in the situation in the place. I can't carry outside shit that don't belong to her. I can't bring drama unnecessarily to her. So like every day I'm knowing every day is new. Like yesterday, we trying to string consistent days. You know what I'm saying? We did it 12 years, but like every day, I want to be able to make sure. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm recommitted every day. Because every day Allah gives you that life and that chance. So it's something different every day. I ain't trying to hold on to that stuff, man. I ain't trying to be depressed and hold on to the perils of the world every day and the perils of things that I go through every day. I was a place when I was like that. I was in them slumps. I don't want to be in them slumps anymore. That's a difficult to be in that dark place, man. That's a challenging place to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know that until you can come out of that and see. Look back, man. I can't do that no more, man. So you had to make things. You had to effort to make things change. So every day is something for me. Like I really take every day for what it is, man. Every day that I get, I really try not to take any of it for granted.
That's a beautiful way to be.
Every day, you know what I'm saying? Because I know where I
live life to the fullest. You try to live life to the fullest every day.
Every day, man, because I know where I've been. I know where I've seen, and I know where I could have been. Wow. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, you gotta think. Look at this, man. I got what? My grandmother and my grandfather on my mother's side, 6 kids, bro. Out of all the 6 of them, you got one. There's one that's passed already, who committed suicide in my house, 2016. I heard the gunshot. You got my brother found him. My brother and my wife found him. That was 2016. Out of them other kids, you had my uncle, just 2 boys, 4 women's. I say women's because my grandfather say women's. My bad. It's funny. My grandfather be talking. I be like, Granddad, you always talking about women's. But anyway, so out of all that, my man, listen, my grandmother, my mother's mom been in prison. My other uncle that's still living, locked up right now as we speak, been in prison all his damn life. My other auntie, two of my aunties out of the 4 been in prison. The third one is clinically and mentally insane, so nothing's written on her. And then the fourth one, which is my mother, fourth was my mother who had an addiction from probably 17, 18, 19 to maybe 2 years ago. That's my mama's side of the family where I come from. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather died when I was 8 and 9, 19, 9, so I didn't really get a chance to know him. So That's my mother's side where I come from. My father's side, shit, is about my granddad got about 15 kids. But the six that he had with my grandfather, I mean my grandmother, the six before she passed, bro, only two of them doing something with their life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No. I get it.
Right. So I'm definitely from an environment where I'm supposed to be a statistic. On top of that, I'm a bastard. My mom and dad was out of high school, never got married. Mm-hmm. So the odds are stacked against me already. And coming from indigent status, never had none. You know what I'm saying? Had to make way for everything. You see what I'm saying? So where I am at today, where I've able to, where Lord's able to bring me from every today, I just gotta appreciate this stuff every day, bro. Like this real talk. So every day I just gotta be like, man, I didn't have to be here. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could have stayed the trajectory of some of my cousins or what they doing right now. You know what I'm saying? How they living right now is I could be them. But alhamdulillah, you know what I'm saying? I'm not perfect. I ain't balling, I ain't rich, but ain't in the means. But I have a beautiful wife who loves me. I have beautiful kids and family. And I gotta appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Beautiful, man. Yeah.
And I got real partners who really rock with me.
Right.
So I mean, what can I ask for? That's enough. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
You can't ask for no more, man. I get you. Like I'm there with you.
Yeah.
And what you said right there. I got a beautiful wife that love me. I got people who love me.
Right.
That's what always brings me. That's what grounds me.
100%, bro.
Everything else is going on, man. I'm loved.
I got a baby boy that anytime he see me, he run up. Daddy, he excited like it's his first time ever meet me. Every time he see me, no man, I could leave the high, bro. Go to the car. I could just be kicking it with him, right? I'm talking about he could just be into my lap on his iPad, on his tablet. I can get up, go run to the car, be gone 2 minutes. He gonna act like he just never saw me, like he just wants to sit on my lap. Right. So at the end of the day, like that puts things in perspective for me. You know what I'm saying? Let's let me know, like, what else is it? Appreciate this, or be sad or be in the streets, or be concerned about the perils of the world, and not really enjoy it. Like this dunya is made what the dunya is. I'm dying one day, bro. I'm dying right now. The minute I came out the womb, out my mama 2 legs, I was on my way to dying. Wow. I'm on the way. So you know what I'm saying? So it's just like every day I just gotta be like, man, if I got it, hey man. Now I'm not perfect. I make, I don't. Of course, I'm not perfect. Of course, I make some choices and poor choices and bad mistakes at times, but I don't do it purposely. And I deal with them consequences. You ain't gonna always just live life to the fullest, but it's my intention every day. And people that know us and know the Ali clique and know the family, they know that we act the fool we cup at home every day. You know what I'm saying? They see that we just live.
Yeah,
Cause we die. You know what I'm saying?
You living because you dying.
I'm living because I'm dying, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And we don't know when that's gonna be.
That's what's up, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man. Thank you for coming over, man. That was wonderful.
Oh man, mashallah, man.
That was wonderful insight on a lot of different things, man. So I really appreciate you having you. But we got to come over so you can get real intellectual with us one
time. I don't know what you're talking about, man.
You use one big word the whole time we was talking to each other.
Purposely, I did it. Purposely, I did it. I don't feel like my intellectual self today. I'm fresh off the tennis court, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I did it on purpose. I said, I ain't gonna use none of these scholastic terms today.
All right. So, thank y'all for watching, man. This is the Nasheed JaXson podcast. God willing, we'll be back. All right. Thanks for coming, man. Hey, man, you got it, bro.